Hey guys, and welcome back to the mod competition stuff. I guess it's that time of year again. So, right in front of us, we have our first one we're going to be doing a video on, and that is Black Sheep's Massey Ferguson pack. The way I'm going to structure these is I'm just going to pick and choose the ones that catch my eye. I'm not going to do all of them. If you guys have any suggestions for me to do certain ones, put them in the comments of these videos that you'll see over this weekend, and I will do them. They're probably going to get bombarded a little bit with these videos, but hey, might as well get them out there. So, let's go take a look at them. So, this pack is probably the biggest one in the competition from what I've seen. Has several different implements, several different sort of tractors. So I guess without further ado, let's bring up this menu. The easiest way of looking at them is we'll go across and find Massey Ferguson, which is here, and we'll go for everything. So we have the SD2, which looks to be a chisel plow. The Massey Ferguson 5. These numbers I don't know, but we've got a Massey Ferguson baler. This is going to be a good one. Standard size bales, but only requires 85 horsepower. So think about it, guys. This is our standard baler now. A solid fertilizer spreader. Holds 2,000 litres, 20 metre working width. This is a grab for some forestry sort of trees. Look forward to testing that out. The cultivator, the 25. Again, I don't know if these model numbers are correct, whether they're made up or what the deal is. Cedar, which does do fertilizer as well, I believe. Holds 500 litres, 80 horsepower required. You guys can see the price working with 4 meters. I'm not going to go over it too much. The front loader, a lot of people will be looking forward to this one for the, I believe all of them. Maybe, I think, basically the whole series. The front loader fork, which can also be transferred into a normal pallet fork, which I will showcase. The front bucket, which is unique because we have teeth on there. Kind of look forward to looking at that. The small 110 trailer. Holds, I say small, actually holds 10,000 litres, that's not bad. This is a bale trailer, but this also tips as well, so it can be used for multiple things. The 140 trailer holds, well, I guess 14,000 litres. Makes sense. So is that 11,000? No, interesting. The 160 4-furrow non-reversible plough. Now, a lot of people are excited about these. This is a forager, basically with a grass pickup header, and a pull behind normal corn header. Another one of the tractors, a 200C. I am very disappointed with this one, but we have got a number of customizable. Front loader, so it's going to be interesting using this with a front loader, granted. Different horsepower ratings, all the way up to 88 horsepower and the lowest of 66. Design, you can have the sunshade, standard, so that's about that. Massey Ferguson front weights, which can go on the fronts here. 600 kilo, and the 2,500 kilo rear weight for the front loaders. Now we get into the nitty and gritty. 600 series without cab. So you can front load the different horsepower ratings up to a 698T, meaning turbo. Another thing I don't get. Oh, no, okay, it's different. My bad. Different wheel setup now. Got the wide, narrows, rear twins, 2-wheel drive versions. With sunshade, without forestry, standard. So it'd be interesting to see what the forestry is like, actually. Again, I'll leave that for you guys to investigate yourself. 698, here we go. The 675, the 690, the 698, 698T. And the same wheel configs as previously stated, forestry and standard, and of course front loader. Hit back. Now, this here gets interesting. We have the windrower, which, here's the cutter for it, basically, 5 meter working width. The trailer, which you can put pretty much everything and anything on. The crawler tractor, or the header trailer. It's a little weird though. And here is the windrower itself. The 88.5. 80 horsepower, 18 miles an hour. Seems a nice piece of kit, this. 3000 series, sorry. Getting muddled up with words, so try and talk quick. 3050, 3060, 3070, 3080, 3090. Tops out at 102 horsepower. And the lowest is 63. I thought this was a bigger tractor than it actually was. No, I'm unfamiliar with this. Thought it was a big tractor. Forestry design, standard design, wheel setups, twin rears, narrow tyres, wide tyres, standard, and front loader. Yes or no? And that is your lot. Various different stuff. Various different prices. Let's get into the nitty and gritty. Again, this is by Black Sheep. So we have the 3050 here. So looking at it, looks very nice indeed. We have the front weight on this one, so it just connects up. There was a part of me before that thought this was Matt's models from last year. They're not. They do seem to be definitely unique. Looks like a bit of edging missing around there. Could have been retweaked. From what I'm seeing from a lot of these mod competition stuff is they need to be polished. Hopefully there'll be updates brought out for this lot because there is some issues. Rainbow Dave has experienced some errors in the log. Do not have any errors in the log. As I'll quickly look and you guys can see, I do have various different other tractors in there, and that is warnings from another mod I have in my mods folder, but not enabled into this game save. So we have no errors from any of the stuff I have currently from the competition in the log. So the outside looks very nice, very bland on the back. I don't know if they're like that in real life or not, but not too bad. Now this does not have IC, which is disappointing. The camera could do with moving forward. The interior, I don't know how I feel about it. I was really excited for this pack, and I'm actually kind of disappointed. Kind of lackluster. There's not much in there. So what we'll do is we'll switch our HUD on. Now you'll see, mouse controls. Well, what could the mouse controls be? Okay, what's this then? Well, because there's no IC control, why they've not put IC, I have no idea. They've done mouse controls for the windows. Maybe they were thinking these were going to be on console. I have no idea. We'll start it up. Oh, we've got lights in. That's interesting. Didn't know that. So no custom noises for the sounds. They're exactly the same as before. Love the yellow tinge on the lights. There's the working lights. Indicators. Beacon. I'm not a big fan of the license plates. Personally, I think I'd probably remove them. Shut it down, and they do all get dirty. Just show you the different variations, states of the dirtiness, clean, and we'll cycle through it again. So the cab does get dirty. And we'll move on. I know this video is going to be fairly lengthy. I'm going to try and get through most of them quick as possible. This is a 698T. Doesn't look too bad at all. Cabless version. Yeah, this is what they look like without the front weight on. Doesn't look like there's a drive shaft going to the front there. Interesting. Decent detail on the engine. That's the starter noise with that. And they drive pretty nicely. I'm not going to go too far with it. Do have a little beacon on the back, kind of cool. That's a shutdown noise. The Cedar, as we're just going bouncing across, we'll show you them. Sort of an American looking thing, I'd say, on this one. Looks very nice. Headed trailer for anything and everything kind of thing. Forager for maize. Got the hitch on the rear. Again, very nice. The baler. Look forward to using this at some point on some maps. Don't know what, but we will be using it somewhere. Maybe Orchard Farm will get this. The tipper trailer, where you can put logs and stuff on, and it will tip. You can see we've got straps. Can we jump up top? Yep. So several different strapping points for logs or pallets or stuff along those nature. Where if it's wood pallets, you just want to get them off, you can tip them off. The 110, the 10,000 litre. Very small trailer, considering. Narrow balloon tyres. And here's the 15,000, did I say litre? Is it? No, 14,000. Pretty much just a big brother of the 110. Log grab here. Very unique way of opening up. We'll try and get that connected up and show you that. The subsoiler, the rear weight. The bucket here with the teeth, I like the look of that. And here is the 698. Is it 698? Yep, 698T two-wheel drive version here. Looks very nice. Definitely looks better in two-wheel drive than 4, I think. With the front loader. Not a default front loader, notice. Which is nice. Nice change there. And then here's the pallet forks. So the bale forks with the pallets on instead. Now a lot of people are looking forward to this. I'm kind of going to see this in a lot of pictures, I feel. And the windrower. This beautiful thing. Now I will demonstrate this one. And there is some issues with this I have noticed as well. So we'll disconnect the header. And reverse it back so you can have a good look at the header. So it just cuts grass, rows it, throws it out the middle. So we've got the stands here. One there and one there. Here's the front of the machine. Hydraulics there. PTO probably goes up in there. Basic machine. I think this is mainly over in the States. I don't know if we had this over Europe or the UK or anything like that. I probably will use it because it's kind of neat. So we'll connect it. We connected it. The stands are still down. And that was the first sign to me that this pack wasn't ready for release. Honestly. It definitely has some little things that it could do with tweaking. And that is one of them. The interior, very bare. There's no speedometer, no RPM gauge, no nothing. I don't know if this was something that was thrown together by people or whether it was an actual production machine. So I can't say if it's accurate or not. It'll go along, cut in the grass, it rows it very nice. This is why I will be using it at some point. 12 miles an hour mowing. It's pretty darn neat. You can lift the header up, spin around. We'll drop it down again, go back into the row. So if you're doing silage, grass silage, with the chopper over there, it would be perfect. Absolutely perfect. And that's that. Again, it does get dirty. Go through the different stages there. I think that's the last one. Yep. So it gets nice and dirty. Actually looks a bit older and neater like that. I'm not too sure what the mesh is there for. It's almost like to stop stuff coming up the side, but not sure. That's what makes me think it's something that was maybe thrown together. Alright, we'll leave this back here. And we'll switch that off. And now we'll take a look at this. This is the biggest letdown in the pack for me. Black Sheep are usually known for their detail. The fact they've made this tractor here, I love. I love crawler tractors. Most of you guys that know this channel know that. But I feel they've been very lazy and taken the bogie system, which looks very much remarkably from... Now I'm looking at it. Well, from an auger wagon that I don't currently have enabled, but from an auger wagon maybe. Or a previous mod in the past, and put it on there. Do you a bit of searching, see what I'm on about, search up this tractor in real life. Looks nothing like this. Absolutely nothing like that. Now, I'll eat my words if it's a retrofit or something like that. But I think they got lazy here. And when they threw this together, very poor on their part. We'll jump into it. Another thing that also screamed at me. I don't know of many crawler stuff, especially a machine of this age, that was ever capable of doing 26 miles an hour with crawler tracks. Bear in mind, this is from the 70s and 80s and maybe slightly older. Now, putting that to side, the interior, the way the tillers rock side to side, I think it doesn't kind of look correct. They'd get pulled back straight backwards, not off to the side. So it's kind of acting like a steering wheel here. I got a hunch that they were expecting all of this stuff to be on consoles. Now, I should have mentioned this previous. I don't know if it is on consoles. If any of you console players can do me a favor and say, yeah, we have them, or no, we don't. Because what Black Sheep have done makes me tend to believe they were trying to build machines to go on consoles. Hence probably this tractor, the way it looks and the way it handles. Oh, another thing, actually. Again, realistically speaking, you would never do this, I know. But we'll get it up to speed and try and turn. And that's to be expected considering it's a tractor machine. So, build it up to speed and turn. You see how it lifted up like that? I think there's something funky with the weight. But again, you wouldn't do that in a real one. And people would just... you wouldn't do it. Let's face it. So we'll use this tractor as it does turn quite tightly and it can get into areas. Let's get the log grab. Actually, can I even get to the log grab? Probably not. We'll leave this on and move this the 698 back. So here's the interior of this as well. Oh, that's neat. You see the stands there for the front loader. So a lot of these reviews, you'll probably investigate stuff yourself. That's really cool, actually. I like that. Fair play. That's what it looks like without it on, for anyone wondering. And we'll connect back up. Now, I'm not saying they've done a bad job. I think they just need updates. And I hope Giants will allow the mod creators to push out updates if they see stuff that has got errors. I understand there was a deadline, and I think a lot of the mod creators didn't get to the point where they wanted to. So we've nudged that out of the way. I just want to show this function, and it's pretty darn neat, the way it grabs. It's kind of like some scissor jaws. So that's open, that's shut. I thought it was just neat, and it looks like there's actually... oh, we get to control the 3-point hitch. That's nice. I like it when you can actually control that. It's just pretty neat, I thought. So I think that will wrap up the video here. I just wanted to do a quick demonstration and show off Black Sheep's pack. We're going to kind of motor on through these. Let me know your opinion on them. I think, as a whole, they're good. Could definitely do with a bit more polishing. I hope that we'll see them improved on after the competition, IC updated, and all of that stuff. Because it's a hell of a pack to go to waste. So we'll move on to our next thing, which is something that I'm really excited about. Really excited. I was this one, but not as much as this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your opinion on them. Let me know if I've missed some stuff in the comment section. These videos are to help people. I'm just putting it out there, what I feel on them. Let me know in the comments down below. Catch you guys later.